Howdy, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to unbox and review National Geographic's Birthstone dig kit. Let's get digging. Let's go ahead and open this up. So again, this is the National Geographic Birthstone dig kit. Up to 12 genuine birthstones. We'll be the judge of that. So we have supposedly garnet, amethyst, aquamarine, diamond, emerald, pearl, ruby, peridot, sapphire, opal, citrine, and blue topaz. The kit includes 12 real gemstones, 1 dig brick, 1 display bottle with keychain, 1 excavation tool, 1 excavation brush, 1 magnifying glass, and 1 learning guide with instructions. Now, from the last time that we've done these dig kits, it's because the material's a little bit harder. It's almost worth it to soak this for a little bit after you open it. I might do that just really quick. This box does say 8 years or older. I am over 8 years old. I'm a parent, and that's why I'm doing this, so other parents can kind of see what they're paying for, because this was very expensive in comparison to the other dig kits that I've opened here on the channel. Alright. Instructions: prepare your workstation. You can get messy. Specimens are buried inside the digging brick. Okay. When you find a specimen, make sure to excavate all the way around it. Do not try to pry it out, because you can actually break it. Since the specimens are small, it's easier to clean them by rinsing in a bowl of warm water. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. It's not our first rodeo. We've done several of these. So, yeah. Hopefully these are real. Because maybe that's why it was so expensive, because supposedly they put real gemstones. But again, we'll have to find out. So we have our magnifying glass, which I've got a bunch of these and I don't keep them. We have our little brush, our chisel, and a plastic display bottle. Is there a lid? Oh, there's a cork. There's a cork in there. So that way you can put all your gems in this little display bottle. And this is our dig kit. Okay, my knife is not that dull. I was gonna say. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I might soak this in water for a little bit, just so I'm not have to sit here digging little gemstones out of here. Yeah, let me go get a bowl of warm water and soak this up. It's bubbling. It's bubbling. I mean, it's a little bit. I don't know if we call it warm water. It's more on the hot side, but we're gonna let it soak, so we're not having to spend too much time on this. In fact, let's go ahead and break this in half. Actually, let's not do that. Ooh, it's already getting soft. Oh my gosh. Yes. So, it says oh my gosh, look how pliable this is now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is, oh, okay, cool. I mean, if you want to entertain your kids, yeah, you can go ahead and just, start digging. Look how soft that is. Because it is nice having some kind of like digging activity for your kids. Oh, it's like butter. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. Oh, we got a gemstone right here. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, it's in a plastic container. I think, could that be the diamond maybe? Here, I'll set this aside. We'll look at these after we go through here. Oh, this is so nice. I was wondering how long this was going to take me, because, like, man, I don't want to sit here all night and be doing this. But, oh, man, I mean, if it doesn't feel nice, I mean, it does feel kind of like really weird. I wouldn't say slimy, but it does have like a really interesting texture to it. I wonder if they're all towards the top, maybe. So we're gonna. It's like, what is this? That's some kind of like plastic film. So you can just kind of peel that off, discard it, because that's just plastic. That's why it was all bubbly like that. Yeah, there's a gemstone right there. That looks to be maybe some citrine. Now, hard to know if it's actual natural citrine or if it's been heat treated amethyst, because sometimes it is treated. It's not always natural. And it kind of looks like there might be one right here too. So they, oh, it just broke apart. Yeah, it's a little messy, but that's okay. We have number 3. That could be a garnet, I think. Put it right there with the other one. So we do see something right here in the center. We're just gonna. Oh, that looks like peridot. Right there, you see it? So before we'll sit that right here. I'm just gonna break that apart right now. We got 3 stones in the tray. We have the peridot right here. It just pops out like that. So we got peridot. That one's, I'm pretty sure it's peridot. Got that one. This one kind of has a purple tinge to it. Yep, that one's amethyst. That one's really easy to tell. So amethyst. Oh, I felt something. Go and rinse that off really quick. Oh, we got a couple somethings here. Rinse it off again. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got something red that could be a ruby, but we'll use our UV light to double check on that, because rubies will fluoresce. Uh-oh. It's in the water now. Gotta find it. I'll find it in a second. But it's in the water. Rubies will actually fluoresce underneath a UV light, so we'll test that. That could be aquamarine. We'll take a closer look when we get done going through all these pieces to make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, look at that. We have a pearl, and what's right here? What could that be? Oh, we have opal. A pearl and an opal. Got some nice color in that. Now it's going to be hard to know if that is a natural opal or a man-made opal. We have a pearl. Nice. Yeah. What's our stone count so far? I wasn't keeping track. Alright, so far we have found 9 stones. So you got a few more to find. Now do keep in mind that if you do get one of these kits, they will definitely vary in size and color. Look at that, right on the surface. Perfect. These are not all made the exact same. In fact, you want to see, it looks like there's discoloration here on the surface. Yeah, right there. Is that 3 altogether? Yep, 3 stones altogether. Got one there, which it looks to be maybe an emerald. Let's put that in the water. And then that looks to be maybe topaz. And then that leaves, what would this one be? Oh, that one's dark. possibly a sapphire, which I dropped in the water. So let me dig out the other stones, get these washed off, and let's see what we got. We got the stones washed off. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I have the stones already all lined up in order. So here we have a garnet, which is January's birthstone. So you have a rough little garnet. Got some nice color to it, actually. And then we have February, which that's amethyst. So we have a little amethyst here. Let's go ahead and get it back on the... There we go. So you have amethyst. There we go. Nice little chunk of raw amethyst. And we have Marches, which is aquamarine. We got a nice little crystal there. Actually, not bad, really. You can almost have that faceted. Nice little stone. And then I'm so glad that they had the diamond in a little separate container because it is so small. But this is April's birthstone. Come here, you. There we go. We have April's birthstone. That is the diamond. I believe this will actually be the first diamond I actually have in my collection. Assuming I keep this. If I don't give it away. That's really cool. Nice little diamond there. And then we have May, which is emerald. So you have an emerald. Now emeralds do come in different qualities and colors and sizes and stuff like that. So we have a little tumble of emerald for May. Of course, we have June, which is the pearl. So you have a little pearl there. And then July, we have ruby, which I was looking at this and it looks off. I believe that this very well could be a lab created ruby. Mainly because I know it looks like it could be tumbled. To me, it looks more melted than tumbled. Now the thing about rubies, they fluoresce. So let's turn off this light here. Turn off this light here. We have a long wave UV light, and it will fluoresce red. Now I do believe that lab created rubies and sapphires, they will also fluoresce because they are a corundum. So that's July, and we have August. We have peridot. That is the birthstone for August. Nice little specimen there. And then September, sapphire. That's my birthstone. And same thing with the ruby. Like I said, it just looks off. It looks melted. So if we can zoom in a little bit. This looks melted. So I'm leaning towards it being a lab created sapphire. Now look, check out the black light here, or UV light. It's hard to pick up, but it does fluoresce red. Just a little bit. So that was September's. And what we have here, we have a little opal for October. Little chip of precious opal. It's really pretty. Now, opal can be lab created too. But for this, it could be legit, but hard to know for sure. It most likely is. And then we have November, which is citrine. Now, most citrines that are in stores, like gift shops, retail stores, a good majority of them are going to be heat treated. They're mostly heat treated amethyst, and they pretty much turn the amethyst yellow. So yeah, they can be treated to be different colors. Now, citrine does occur naturally in some places, but not everywhere. But that is citrine for November. And then lastly, we have blue topaz for December. This is a nice little topaz too. Nice color in that one. Sometimes it's really hard to really get the blue to show at times, but that is a nice little topaz. But that is all the stones. Time for the honest review. Now, first and foremost, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this out of my own money off Amazon. I got it back in August of 2023, and I got it on sale, I think it was like around $35, I think it was. Recording this today, this box is $40. So if I got this as a kid, I would have an absolute blast getting the stones out of the dig kit. It probably took me about, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes to get it out without using water. The only reason why I used water for the video was for sake of time. From a paying parent's perspective, this box is too much money. I'm sorry, Nat Geo. I've done some other review kits of other rock kits. This is the most expensive one, and I didn't get, my bang for the buck, basically. And my other concerns were... My other concerns go towards the ruby and the sapphire. I have a strong feeling that the ruby and sapphire that is in these kits are most likely lab created. Now, I don't know that for certain, but I have a strong suspicion that it might be, just because of the way they look. They look really weird. They almost look kind of like melted, though lab created rubies and sapphires will still fluoresce underneath of a black light or a special UV light, which they did that, but I still feel like that they are lab created because they just looked really weird. And then the citrine, most citrines that you see in like rock shops or gift shops, most citrines are heat treated. They're just heat treated amethyst, so they go from purple to yellow. So probably not a natural citrine. And that's why the price and what came in the box kind of goes hands in hand. If they were all natural, I can kind of see paying a little bit on the higher end, maybe $30. But I think for what you get in this box, I think a ideal price for this would probably be about $20, $25, just from my perspective. Would I recommend this? Kind of. I would recommend this if you can find this on sale for less than $40. Probably, if you can find about 30, then yeah, maybe. Then I would recommend it, but still it's really expensive. And that's why I made this video, so you can kind of get an idea of what you could get on the inside before you actually spend that money. So I hope this helps a little bit. That is going to do it for today's honest review of the Nat Geo Birthstone Dig Kit. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Rock on.